This is Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 10, text 16. Sorry, text 17. Oh, we had a choice, 16 or 17. We'll do 16. Vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi. As far as possible, let's move up. Yeah. Good. Vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi. 10:17, 10:16.
vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi.
vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi.
Vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi.
vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa
divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ
yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān
imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi.
vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi.
vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi.
Vaktum, to say. Arhasy, you deserve. Aśeṣeṇa, in detail. Divyā, divine. He, certainly.
Certainly.
Atma, your own. Vibhūtayaḥ, opulences. Yābhir, by which. Vibhūtibhir, opulences. Lokān, all the planets. imāṁs, these. tvaṁ, you. vyāpya, pervading. tiṣṭhasi, remain. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. Purport. In this verse, it appears that Arjuna is already satisfied with his understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge, and whatever else a person may have. And through all these agencies, he has understood Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For him, there's no doubt. Yet he's asking Krishna to explain his all-pervading nature. People in general, and the impersonalists in particular, concern themselves mainly with the all-pervading nature of the Supreme. So Arjuna is asking Krishna how he exists in his all-pervading aspect through his different energies. One should know that this is being asked by Arjuna on behalf of the common people. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tathati Shapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapadakamanam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Raganatam Vitam Stam Sajivam Shadvaitam Shavadhutam Pradijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kamshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi. Hare Krishna. We're going to test the sound. Right? Get it right, and then we're done. Hello, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Well, now it's nothing. Hare Krishna, now it's something. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Is that okay? Krishna, seems okay, huh? Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay. Yeah. Just thinking how to get the maximum use out of the space we have. Yeah. Drum can go under the table. That leaves a little more room, huh? And the mobiles are all checked, right? Arjuna has heard from Krishna about his transcendental nature, and here there's something that strikes me, which hadn't struck me before, how Arjuna has understood Krishna. First, Srila Prabhupada says, of course, Arjuna understands Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's clear. Now, how has he understood that? First, Prabhupada says, by Krishna's grace. What is that? Atapi te deva padam bhujam hare. What is that? Prasada lesha anugrahita evahi. Janati tvaṁ bhagavan mahimna. Nachanye kopi chiran vichindam. One can't understand Krishna by mental speculation. One may go on for years. Pantastu koti satavatsara sampragamyo. Vayoratapi mamaso muni pungavana. Sopyasti yat prapadasem yavachinchitate. Govindamadi purusham tamam. One may go on speculating for thousands and thousands of years and never even get close to understanding Krishna. But prasada leshanugrahite, a person who's got a little fragment of mercy from Krishna, janati tvaṁ, he can understand the glories of the Lord. It depends on Krishna's mercy. So here, Arjuna has understood Krishna, first of all, by Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy is essential. Then, by Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience. He was Krishna's personal friend, and he could see how wonderful Krishna was by personal experience. And every one of us has some personal experience. Huh? We have some personal experience of how Krishna is helping us, or how Krishna is acting in this world. Some personal experience is also there, where, yes, there's a word, anubhuti. Anubhuti means personal experience. We have that. Of course, those who are unfortunate, who don't have Krishna's grace, they may have plenty of experience, but they can't put it together and understand Krishna. Because of their lack of good fortune, their lack of pious activities, or their lack of Krishna's grace. Even though they have so much experience, they don't understand Krishna. Pashyanapi na pashyati, they can't. Although seeing, they still can't see. That's also mentioned in the Bhagavad-gītā. Yatanto hypocrite. Yatanto hi kritatmano, it's 15th chapter. Nayanam pashyanta chetasaha. I think so. Yatanto pyakritatmano nayanam pashyanta chetasa. Yatanto yoginas chainam pasyanti atmanavastatam. Those who are yogis, those who are connected with Krishna in Krishna consciousness, they're able to see how Krishna's doing things, how he's situated within everyone. But even though they try, those who are akritatma, those who are bereft of devotional service, acetasaha, who are unintelligent, nainam pashyanti, they're not able to see Krishna. Vimudha nanupashyanti, those who don't see through this by following the acharyas, those who try to see on their own without seeing through scriptures, those who are, they're big fools, vimudha. Vimudha na anupashyanti, the big fools try to see everything on their own without the benefit of spiritual master in Vedic literature. But pashyanti jnana chakshusha, those who have eyes of knowledge, those who see through scriptures, those who are enlightened by a bona fide spiritual master, they can see. Pashyanti jnana chakshusha, those who have eyes of knowledge. Just seeing with our eyes doesn't show us anything. The eyes have to be purified. The Queen of England could walk in the room and I wouldn't see her. I just see, some old lady. Right? I don't know her from the lady next door. But if someone instructs me that, this is the Queen of England, then I see differently. I say, Your Majesty. So one has to see through the eyes of knowledge. That's actually seeing. So then personal experience has value. When we have the combination of personal experience and Krishna's mercy, then we can see things as they are. So Arjuna had personal experience, intelligence, that's also required. My goodness, so many buttons just to turn off this. Oh, you're taking notes.
I'm taking notes on this.
I see. Is that, can you hear and take notes at the same time? I guess you can, okay. In the old days it used to be done with a pen. Now pens are over. So personal experience, intelligence. Intelligence means buddhi yoga dadami tam. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna says, I give the intelligence. Okay. What is all this? Okay, is it no gadgets? You're the only one authorized to have a gadget. Everybody else, put your gadgets away, please. Your cameras, your this, your that, whatever's beeping. Yes. Okay, we got it finally, I think. All gadgets, Buddha Band, finished. I love gadgets, but not during the class. You're one, I'm the other. That's it. Okay. I'm very distracted. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Yena mam upayanti te. Krishna says, for those who are satata yukta, always engaged in his devotional service, priti purvakam, with love. It's not just a mechanical thing. Priti. When there's some love for Krishna, tadami buddhi yogam tam. Arjuna had love for Krishna. Krishna was his friend. Krishna was his everything. For the Pandavas, Krishna was their friend. Krishna was their advisor. Krishna was their charioteer. Krishna was sometimes their messenger. Everything. For Pandavas, Krishna is everything. So, naturally, they had love for Krishna. So when one has some, even some interest in Krishna, Krishna says, those who are reading this Bhagavad Gita sincerely are worshipping me by their intelligence. So then what happens? They get more intelligence. When we read mundane literature and misuse our intelligence that way, then our intelligence further diminishes. But when we use it in Krishna's service, by reading Bhagavad-gītā or thinking about Krishna, discussing Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, then Krishna gives more intelligence. Satajayukta, be always engaged in my service. So Arjuna has intelligence, experience, and knowledge. He has knowledge of Krishna. And whatever else a person may have. And through all these, he has understood Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the perfection. Through our intelligence, through our logic, through our personal feeling, through everything. If we come to the conclusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then they're all perfect. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. Our knowledge becomes perfect when we come to this conclusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything becomes perfect. Our endeavors, our life becomes perfect when it's connected with Krishna, with the understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonalists are less fortunate because even though they may have some interest in Krishna, they don't understand Krishna to be Purushottam, the Supreme Person. They may think he's one of many gods. They may think he's a manifestation of some higher principle. They may think this, they may think that. So many things they may think. They don't get that same benefit. But the devotees who understand Krishna to be Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, they can, their love for Krishna will increase. They'll understand Krishna by their loving service, and by their loving service, their understanding will increase more and more. Ladies, if you move up more this way, there are other people who want to come in. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Yeah. Good. So now, in this chapter, Arjuna wants to hear about ātma-vibhūtayaḥ. Vibhuti means specific opulences, specific glories. Therefore, the chapter is called the Opulence of the Absolute. These opulences are specific manifestations of Krishna within this material world. Vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa. Arjuna says, please tell me about these vibhutis in detail. And Krishna will answer, yes, I'll tell you about these, but not in detail. I'll tell you in summary, in outline, because there's no possibility of telling you in detail. There's too much. I'll give you a little pradhanyata kurusheshna. I'll tell you some of the prominent opulences, because actually my opulences are unlimited. What can we understand of Krishna? Just the headlines. We'll understand some of the main points. Some main points, not everything. That's not possible. Even Krishna doesn't fully understand everything about himself. Yes, that's a fact. He tries to understand himself by his knowledge potency. So he expands his knowledge potency to understand himself, but then his potencies have expanded, he's expanded. Now he has to expand his knowledge potency to understand more. Meanwhile, he's expanded, so again he has to expand his knowledge potency. It goes on like that. Similarly, his pleasure potency, it expands, but then Krishna, in the person of Krishna and the Radharani, Krishna and the gopis, so Krishna's pleasure expands, but then their pleasure expands, seeing how Krishna is pleased, seeing how Krishna is pleased. But then seeing how their pleasure is expanded, his pleasure expands. Then their pleasure expands. This is the nature of the Absolute. It's not dull and quiescent and inactive as the impersonalists imagine. In the Absolute, there's dynamic activity, dynamic exchanges. So even Krishna doesn't fully understand his ever-expanding glories, even by his ever-expanding capabilities. So, vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa. Arjuna wants to hear from Krishna personally about these glories. Vaktum arhasy aśeṣeṇa. Divyā ātma-vibhūtayaḥ. Because these are Krishna's opulences, they're divyā, transcendental. The world is mundane. It's the material world. But when we see Krishna in the material world, then we're seeing divinity, we're seeing the Absolute, we're seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even amidst these material things. Prabhupada gave the example that a Krishna-conscious person sees a tree, but he doesn't just see a tree. He sees that the body of the tree is Krishna's external energy. He sees that within the... What's going on? Me? And that's the speaker again. All right, leave it. It's not going to get any better. Just... Yeah, we'll just tolerate it. What's coming? Something's buzzing. Anyway, let it buzz, I guess. We'll just put up with it. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what it is. No,
Without mic is okay.
it's just when you speak, as soon as you speak, it buzzes.
Without mic is okay.
Without mic,
Without mic
is it better without the microphone?
Yes, Maharaj. It's not.
Technology sometimes makes things worse. Okay. You can hear in the back? Okay. Small room.
A little forward.
Yeah, if you can't hear, you can come forward. So the non-devotee just sees a tree, but the devotee sees that the tree's body is Krishna's external energy, earth, water, fire, air. Then within the tree is the soul, who's eternal. There's no difference between the living entity in the tree's body and the living entity in the Brahman's body, or any living entity. He sees that Krishna is present in the heart of that living entity also, as super soul. He sees so much. You may remember that Krishna's playing in Vrindavan, where there are so many trees, of which this tree is a perverted reflection. So he sees Krishna wherever he looks. He sees that Krishna is present. And as soon as Krishna is present, then the mundane becomes transcendental. Actually, everything is transcendental in the ultimate sense, Parasya Brahmana Shakti, because everything is Krishna's energy. And Krishna is divine, so everything is divine. But for our understanding, we see that Krishna has different energies: material energy, spiritual energy, marginal energy. So, when we don't see Krishna, then we're missing the picture. And when we see Krishna, then we're actually seeing. So the tendency is in this material world to forget Krishna and not see Krishna. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati. Krishna says, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I'm never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. So Arjuna wants to help us see in this way, to see Krishna everywhere. Of course, ultimately it's possible by devotional service. And along with devotional service, knowledge. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yoga. Bhaktya shuta grihitaya. Devotional service doesn't mean just sentiment. Tajtradadhana muniyo jnana vairagya yuktaya. Pasyantyatmani chatmanam bhaktya shuta grihitaya. Real devotional service means that knowledge is included in the package. So, Arjuna wants to hear something. We get knowledge by hearing about the transcendental opulences of Krishna. Yābhir vibhūtibhir lokān imāṁs tvaṁ vyāpya tiṣṭhasi. By which you pervade this whole material world. Vyāpya means all pervading. Yes. Pervading this world. Lokān, all the planets of the world, not just this one. The Lord is everywhere, although he never leaves Vrindavan. Goloka eva nivasati ātma-vibhūtayaḥ. Although the Lord is always situated in Goloka Vrindavan, Vrindavanam parityaja paramekam nagacchati, he's all pervading also. Ekadesha stitasyāgnir jyotsna vistaraniyata parasya brahmana shakti tatedam akilam jagat. As a fire stays in one place, but spreads itself everywhere by heat and light, so the Lord, although in one place, pervades everything by his different energies. So therefore Krishna is everywhere. And the Arjuna wants to hear some hints from Krishna. Actually, he wants to hear detailed description from Krishna of how Krishna is pervading everything, how Krishna is everywhere. He clarifies in the next verse that he wants to know how he can always think of Krishna wherever he goes. And Krishna will answer this request in this chapter. Okay. What kind of questions do we have tonight, if any?
Is it that bhakti only leads to bhakti, or pious activities can also lead to bhakti?
No. Pious activities alone can't bring one to bhakti. It may provide a fertile ground, but one has to get the seed of devotional service by connection with pure devotee, not by pious activities. By pious activities, one can't get Krishna. Something else?
Maharaj, during your class, you said that even the little fragment of mercy of Krishna, if somebody gets, he can understand Krishna. And then later you said that the combination of anubhuti, personal experience, and the mercy of Krishna, when both are there, then only one can understand Krishna.
If you get the mercy of Krishna, you'll have personal experience. Personal experience. What does mercy mean, after all? Please give me your mercy. So what is it? It's like, pong. you get like an express parcel or something with a big M on it. Is that what mercy is? mercy comes in the form of, you get a personal experience by Krishna's mercy. Everyone has some sort of personal experience. So by Krishna's mercy you get personal experience by which you can understand Krishna. Everyone has some intelligence, but by Krishna's mercy you get intelligence by which you can understand Krishna. Everyone sees, but by Krishna's mercy you see in such a way that you see Krishna. Okay? The opportunity to serve, that comes by Krishna's mercy. The chance to associate with pure devotees, that comes by Krishna's mercy. The ability to chant nicely and hear Krishna's mercy. The orders of the spiritual master, Krishna's mercy. Anything else?
Does it mean that coming to Krishna consciousness itself is Krishna's mercy?
Yeah, you can't come to Krishna consciousness without Krishna's mercy. There is no Krishna consciousness without Krishna's mercy. You get a book, you hear the mantra, you meet a devotee. It's all by Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy extended by his devotees.
The difference between Krishna's mercy and Krishna's grace?
No. Same thing. Totally. Synonymous terms. Anything else?
Krishna's mercy is available everywhere, just like the rain is flowing. But it is our desire to receive this mercy is the differentiator.
Yeah.
So
or devotees, maybe a devotee just wants to give you mercy. It may be that you're sincerely looking for Krishna's mercy, or you may not even be looking, but the devotee is looking. Give this guy a break. It's called causeless mercy. You don't deserve it by anything you did, any quality you have. But just the devotee thinks, look at this. Maybe he thinks, look at this poor slob, or maybe he thinks, he's a nice person, give him somehow or other. If a devotee wants to be merciful to you, that's all. Prabhupada said, my Guru Maharaj likes me, that's all.
So many millions and billions of years we are rebellious and not serving to Krishna. And when we are starting serving Krishna, we just forgetting everything and so many sins what we have committed and just taken away. And again is taking us back to his service.
Taking back what?
For the service, for the devotional service.
Yeah.
We are part and parcel of Krishna, but we don't have that quality immediately, like the mercy, the forgiveness, what Krishna forgives us.
Excuse me?
Krishna forgives us all our sins.
Yeah.
We are part and parcel of Krishna.
Yeah.
We also must have the same quality, like forgiveness.
Yeah, when one becomes Krishna conscious, then you'll have all of these things. As the Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavat Chakinshana Surargunais Tatra Samasites. One becomes Krishna conscious, he develops all these good qualities. Okay. Anything else? Excuse me?
It is said that if we directly follow the order of our Guru, if we directly follow the order of our Guru,
Yes.
or the senior Vaishnavas, we can go back home, back to Godhead.
Yes.
In that point, how relevant it is to use our intelligence in that matter? Because as it is said that Krishna consciousness...
You have to use to follow the order of the spiritual master, that's intelligence. You don't have to be brilliant. That's usually the problem. People are too brilliant. The spiritual master says, bring me a glass of water, and they start thinking, yeah, water, but milk would be so much better. So that's probably called that over-intelligent. Intelligence to follow. Yes.
To obtain the mercy, it is by destiny or by the past karmas or by actions.
Destiny, maybe destiny in this case means past devotional service. You did some devotional service, now you're getting benefit. Or just without any past devotional service, same thing. Either you get devotional service because of previous devotional service, or you get devotional service just because the devotee or Krishna says, let him have it. Is that okay? Okay. I think we'll stop here. Thank you very much.